What's up, guys? John Conley here from unclejonssoap.com. We're in the new shop. Yay! So, time to do a video. Q&A time. I got a question, an email question yesterday from Rhonda. Rhonda is considering soap making. She says, she's been reading a ton of blogs and I guess watching videos and things like that. And I guess it sort of freaked her out a little bit because, as we know, and I call these people soap Nazis for a reason, there are some in our community who can be a little rough, be a little gruff. It's their way or the highway. Their way is the only way that's the right way. If you talk to anybody like that, or you see a video where somebody says that this is the only way you can make soap, run far, far away. Don't even give them the time of day, the satisfaction. Don't play their game. It's a drama thing. It's a control thing. And, I love 99% of the people in our hobby / business, but there are a few who I would just assume, well, I was going to make a Fight Club reference, but you got it. So after doing all that, Rhonda's considering soap making, and after watching a couple of our videos, she says she's leaning towards hot process. She thinks it's faster and it would help get the soap out of the way sooner so that they don't collect cat hair, because evidently she's got cats, and I get it. I've got cats. Well, I have one cat now, a couple dogs, too many kids, and I get it. Things get into soap and it's annoying, and if you're going to sell it, it's not healthy. So I understand, but honestly, don't let the hot process versus cold process weigh you down too bad. My opinion is you're going to want to try both. You're going to want to try a batch of hot process. You're going to want to try a batch of cold process, or a couple batches of one and then a couple batches of the other, so you can sort of, get yourself grounded in one and then move on to the next one. It's good to be well-rounded, and then you can kind of decide which way you like best. For me, I'm lazy. I want to melt, mix, pour in the mold, wash the dishes, done. I love making soap, but I don't love making soap all day long. I've got other things to do. I've got a retail shop to run, a website to run, other products to make, people to talk to, phones to answer. I just can't spend all day making soap. So for me, cold process is easier on the front end. The only time that changes is possibly, and you know me again, I'm not a big stickler for curing time. Cure it for a week, cure it for a year. It's going to be great soap either way. The only difference with the longer, if you go for a full year and you use certain essential oils or fragrances, after a year, you're going to lose most of that scent. Maybe not most, but a lot of it. And then some of it will come back, like you'll smell it when you start using the soap again and things like that. So, it's basically the cure time, the amount of room you have to store and cure soaps, things like that. Most of us can find a spot where we can stick a couple logs of soap to cure out for a couple weeks, and it won't give you much issue. I mean, our house is packed, man. And when I first started making soap, it was wherever. Bookshelf, top of a bookshelf, on top of books on a lower middle shelf, wherever. We used to use those, I don't know what company makes them, but it's a little wire mesh stand that, like a flat rack, and I guess you could stack them to cool cookies, things like that, baked goods. And we would put them on there. That way the air circulation got around them and all. And I get what you're saying about the cat hair. We had problems with cat hair too. So the cure for that is wherever you put them, we would drape a towel over them. It still breathes. They're still curing. So, you can find ways to cover your soap while it's curing enough that it'll keep the cats and kids and all that stuff away. When it's in the mold, that's a problem too, because, if cat hair gets to it, then it's going to really stick in that soap. Kids stick their fingers in fresh soap. It's, that dent's there forever. That hole's there forever. Plus, if it's, fresh, cold process, you got to worry about, potentially lye burns. I've never had that happen, but, and when it's freshly molded hot process, you got to worry about the physical temperature of it, really being a hot soap. So either way is not safe for kids. I don't know if you have kids or not. It seems like most of your kids are, the little four-legged ones running around the house right now. When you put it in the mold, you want to have something to kind of shelter the mold. A block of wood cut a little bit bigger than your mold to sit on top. You want to be careful not to trap too much heat in there because sometimes that'll cause your soap to kind of volcano up, puff up, and it'll get funky. For me, and I'm getting ready to show you what I do with my stuff in the mold and after it's cut. Actually, take a look at that now. Okay, so here's what I call my soap garage. Just a plywood platform, safe place. It's, going to hold some serious weight that I can slide my soap molds into, and they can set up overnight before they get cut. I still like small batch, so I still use single log molds. Love it. It's just easier for us in our small spaces, and I can rotate molds in and out quick enough. But this will protect your soap and keep it from, keep the cat from nesting on it, keep kids from putting their fingers in it, hopefully, keep some dust out. But, you're usually only letting it sit in there a day or so. And then when you pull it out, you take your soap out of the mold and cut it. You're going to use a tray, something like this, or a cardboard one, or a box, anything. And if you're worried about the cat hair, kids' fingers, all that, you can cut a piece of cardboard to go over top, and then a blanket or towel or whatever. You can protect it all kinds of ways. As long as there's some airflow, you'll be fine. Basically, you're going to treat the soap the same way, whether you do cold process or hot process. So, you're still going to, put it in your mold, protect it somehow while it's in the mold overnight, cut it, put it in a place to set. Even with hot process, you're going to want to set it for a couple days. You can use it right away, but it's still a good idea. And you're going to want to protect it while you have it there. So there you go. I mean, it can be as simple or complicated as you want it. Again, I like simple. I like space saving, things like that. So, and I like, making things multi-purpose if I can. So, Rhonda, I hope that helps answer your questions or dispel any fears or things like that. But seriously, try both methods. I think you'll like both for different reasons. People seem to like cold process because you get more working time out of it. You can do pretty swirls and things like that. For me, it's speed. Although there's videos out there, evidently, and I need to go research, where people are making hot process that they get longer working time and more fluidity out of the soap, and they can do similar things, designs with their soaps. Not sure how that works, but hey, I'm always open to new ideas, so I'm going to check it out. All right, guys, hope that helps. If you have any questions or comments or concerns or just want to tell me to shut up or compliment me on my shop, leave me a comment down below. Hey, if you like the videos, if you get anything out of these, click subscribe. You can click the bell icon down below there. See it right there? So that you don't miss anything when I put a video up once a month, hopefully sooner. But, I'm lazy. Notice the theme? All right, guys. I will talk to you soon. Oh, yeah, you can also email me, unclejonssoap@gmail.com. All right, have a great weekend, and I'll see you soon.